Weekend Review. Hey guys, welcome to Isaiah's Reviews Weekend Review. So let's dive right on into the news. Well, the Super Bowl was yesterday, or last night, excuse me, and I thought the halftime show was fantastic, but apparently the shark to the left of Katy Perry has stolen the show. People are wondering who it really is. There's a few people saying it was them, but the reason why he stole the show, he was completely out of choreograph. He didn't know what he was doing. His dance moves were just completely wrong with the other shark, which did a better job. But apparently that's the talk of the town outside of the coach's call for the Seattle Seahawks there at the end. The final play for them to lose the game, they decided to pass it instead of run it in since they were a few yards away from a touchdown. I do admit, very stupid call. Coach takes full blame. Retired banker says, hey, he used to work for the CIA back in the 90s, which is pretty cool, right? Well, not really, because now he has to sleep with a sawed-off shotgun next to his bed, apparently. So, take note that if you work for the CIA at some point later on in life, you're going to have a sawed-off shotgun next to your bed. Ex-Power Ranger actor Ricardo Medina Jr. is arrested on suspicions of murder. Apparently, him and his girlfriend entered his bedroom. His roommate charged in somehow. He keeps a samurai sword behind his door, so he grabs it, stabs him in the abdomen, and kills him. Exactly why his roommate and stuff was kind of barging in on him, I have no idea. But he is arrested on $1 million bail and being accused of murdering his roommate. Pretty cool. Power Rangers do know how to defend themselves, apparently. Here's some pretty cool pics of a Brooklyn warehouse fire. Of course, they're having their own little blizzard issues and stuff, but I thought this was a pretty awesome picture. As you can see, the truck and the motorcycle is just frozen solid. There's no way getting that thing out right now. But badly enough, the warehouse is burnt, but at least they got a cool pic out of it. Another big question is e-cigarettes. Do they hurt you? Will they harm you over time? Well, anything nicotine related will. Now, apparently, e-cigarettes has formaldehyde in those. They've detected that in some levels, which can increase your chances of getting cancer 5 to 15%. But overall, they say that e-cigarettes, they do contribute to you quitting smoking, just like the patch does. You trade one worse thing for a bad thing to help you get to your goal of quitting, but you see these people that just love e-cigarettes and they puff on them nonstop all day. Hey, you want to remind them, hey, there's probably formaldehyde in there and you've got an increased chance of 5 to 15% of getting cancer. Kanye West at the Super Bowl. Does he love taking selfies? You tell me. Yeah, he's still a butthole. This is a cool story I ran across, is that it's kind of a medical mystery, which I like those, but I don't like when it has to do with children, because I'm hoping to have those at some point. And apparently it's a polio-like paralysis virus thing that are attacking a lot of children. It can be, they think that it's related to the EVD68 virus, which is like an upper respiratory asthma-like virus that hits babies, children, teenagers. They don't know what's causing this polio-like paralysis, but they think it's linked to that. But they still don't know, but it's kind of a semi-rapid growing thing. And this is paralysis, so pretty serious. Hopefully they'll figure this thing out, but I just wanted to bring this up so you kind of make yourself aware, Google it, search it, do your research, but they still don't know exactly what it is. They just think it may be linked to this other virus. Simon Cowell, the dude that's from American Idol, he collapses while filming Britain's Got Talent. Apparently he went up on stage to a dog hypnotist. After he made it back to his seat, he just collapses. So apparently he got hypnotized a little bit too. But that's all I have for the news. Now let's move right into the tech. First off, Storm electric bike. I'm excited about this because of its price point right now. Now, production starts, I believe it's in March, but you've got until February 6th. I'll leave a link to this in the description that you can go and pre-order this bike off Indiegogo.com. $499. It'll go 30 to 50 miles, which is about an hour and a half or something in continuous running, on one single charge on the lithium battery, which is like a canister style battery. You can pull it out of it, go take it to its docking station, which will plug right into one outlet. Charge that thing up in about 90 minutes. It'll give you an hour and a half or 30 to 50 miles, 20 miles an hour that you can run on this thing. You don't have to pedal to start it. You can actually jump on it, hit the accelerator, and go. It's a Storm electric bike. I'm a big fan of it because right now you got until February 6th, $4.99. I think you might have to pay $100 shipping or something for it. Also, do you remember Oculus? Well, apparently Hollywood has recognized Oculus, and they are really jumping on Oculus VR Story Studio, guess which is a section of the company that's going to start focusing on making movies and films and storytelling and stuff for the Oculus, which I find pretty neat. I mean, I'm big on VR if it really works. You know, the early versions of Oculus, it was kind of pixelated. You couldn't, like when you're doing race simulators and stuff, you couldn't see a turn down from you to turn to next because it's so pixelated that the screen quality inside wasn't that great. So if they can perfect the resolution and get that down to HD quality, I would be totally excited about buying one. Apple is going to build a $2 billion global command center in Mesa, Arizona. The company revealed this on Monday. Today, it will employ 150 full-time personnel and will also result in between 300 and 500 construction and trade jobs to play a host to the company's data operations across the globe. Microsoft hires Adobe's Michael Go to lead design of apps and services. Apparently, he's done a fantastic job within Adobe. So Microsoft, of course, scooped him right on up, and maybe will help the appearance of the apps and services from Microsoft. So excited about that a little bit. And another good thing, not involving Microsoft, but involving Netflix, is they have $1 billion to invest big in content acquisitions and more. You have to constantly invest money back into the company to prove growth and to make investors invest, to make your stock go up, to make you more valuable. Well, Netflix has $1 billion to invest back in itself. Now, what they can do with that, they can acquire other businesses. They can improve on their self. They can do things to where they're seen doing things, which is a lot of times, that was confusing, but a lot of times that means more than improving their product. That means actually going out and purchasing other things and growing and expanding, because they want to be seen as a conquering force for investors and everybody else to go, oh God, it's Netflix coming. So I think you're going to see a lot from them this year and moving forward in what they're doing. And you're going to see their stock possibly go up. So if you're looking at buying some stock, maybe you need to jump on the Netflix bandwagon. But this announcement has already taken place, so you may have already missed the mark. So have you ever been to an Apple store, the way it's laid out, how nice everything is? Well, get ready for a jewelry store-like practice for Apple. So apparently they're going to implement jewelry store techniques for their watches now. So when you go in, there will be a section displayed out for their watches and stuff, just like a jewelry store. So they're going to start a jewelry store type practice for those watches. So do you know what a Nest thermostat is? Well, a lot of people do. A lot of people own it. I know some people that own it. Apparently, there's been a lot of studies that Nest has done on the thermostat, and it says it can pay for itself in 2 years. Now, it says that it can save you about $130 to $145 a year. And that puts you making up for your investment of purchasing this $250 thermostat in less than 2 years. You can get your money back. Alibaba launches a $129 million foundation for young Hong Kong entrepreneurs. Alibaba Group said that this first initiative will exclusively support Hong Kong entrepreneurs. The Alibaba Hong Kong Young Entrepreneurs Foundation will provide financial capital, technical assistance, and training to eligible vendors in Hong Kong who want to sell products to customers in mainland China. Profits made from investments will be reinvested in the foundation, which will also offer 200 internships to students in Hong Kong. And for you pirates out there, the Pirate Bay is back. After nearly 2 months of downtime, the website is back up and running. And one last thing on the tech side, The Milk Nanny automatically makes a refreshing bottle of formula for your baby. I find that pretty cool. Anything to help minimize your time in a frustrating situation with having a baby that may be crying or what is that, colic or something, whenever they have to cough and whatever. I don't know. I don't have any kids. But apparently there's a Milk Nanny that can automatically mix your formula and stuff up for you. So if you get bored and you want something that's a gadget that can help you, check this out. So now on to the movie side of things. On the box office report, top 3 films we have. Number 1, American Sniper, which is gross total $248.94 million. I think they were around like $200 million last week, so almost a $50 million gross for this past weekend, which is awesome. They got to be pouring in some profit by now. Have to be. Number 2 is Paddington, and number 3 is Project Almanac, which only made about $8.5 million over the weekend because I believe this was their opening weekend, and Paddington's at a total of like $50.5 million or so gross. Let's kind of dive on up into the horror stuff because I like horror movies, so I can do this. So, indie horror White Knight is coming in March. Joe Dante's Burying the X has been resurrected on video on demand, which Joe Dante previously directed The Hole, which was a pretty good children's horror film. I enjoyed it, and I'm an adult. The Demon's Rook celebrates its DVD launch with a t-shirt. Now, it's a pretty cool looking t-shirt, and I really want to see this film, and I have not yet, but I want to let you know that it's debuting with a t-shirt, and it arrives February 3rd. So through the, I guess, late 90s, 2000s, found tape footage, it's kind of gained and spurred on up into the top rankings of horror, probably introducing a new category all in itself. So the very first found footage film, probably shot with VHS, the McPherson tape. It's a 1989 film. The movie apparently is utter crap, but just know found footage existed into the 80s. The Paranormal Activity home is for sale for about $750,000. So if you've got really sick and twisted mindset, because I like those Paranormal Activity movies. I don't have a problem with them. I love the first one. If you want to raise a nice family in a nice and loving home, well then go buy the Paranormal Activity house. $750,000. Now, it was a known thing that there were alternate endings to Evil Dead. Now, the Evil Dead that Fede Alvarez did, the remake, or the reboot, it was not a remake, it was a reboot of the franchise, a separate story altogether. I'm not going to get into all that, but the alternate endings aired in the UK. You can find those on YouTube. They're out there and available. I'll give you a link down in the description to where you can find like all the alternate endings. It's just a link to Bloody Disgusting website with this article about this, so you can go through there and kind of see all of them together. It's nice to finally see. I really wish they had a director's cut or some kind of cut Blu-ray that was released of this. That's what I've been waiting on. I haven't purchased it. Waiting on that. I'm not sure why that does not exist, but whatever. So the main films releasing in theaters this weekend are Seventh Son, Jupiter Ascending, the SpongeBob movie, The Voices, and Love, Rosie. I don't know how I feel about Jupiter Ascending much. Seventh Son looks pretty cool, and I've always kind of liked SpongeBob. So pick at your own choosing, and please, if there's something you did like, come back, and if you've seen this weekend, type down here, hey, Jupiter Ascending's not that bad, because something about Channing Tatum's ears and face in Jupiter Ascending that make me laugh, and I would have trouble taking his part serious with a face like that. So I've got 3 films this week that I would like to recommend, and the first one's a classic, was an instant classic. When I watched it back in like 2010, whenever it was, I saw it and I'm like, man, this is an instant cult classic. I can watch this every year. It's Tucker and Dale versus Evil. If you haven't already seen this, you live under a rock, and I'm not going to explain this movie to you. The next one is Rubber. It's one of those other films that I watched, and I was like, well, this is an instant cult classic. Rubber. It's about a tire. That's it. That rolls around, kills people, and whatever. You just have to watch it. It's a homicidal tire. That's it. I promise. That is it. But it's good. I enjoyed it. And the last one is Troll Hunter. Now, this used to be on Netflix and stuff all the time, or Amazon Prime. And that one may still be on there, I don't know. But Troll Hunter is like one of those awesome kind of independent type films that it's just one of those things you watch, you're like, well, that was freaking awesome how they did that. So to tell you what this one's about, it's a group of students investigates a series of mysterious bear killings, but learns that there are much more dangerous things going on. They start to follow a mysterious hunter, learning that he is actually a troll hunter. Sounds kind of corny and hokey and stuff, but it really is a good film. All those three are really good ones that sound hokey, but really aren't, but you might think they might be. Also, I want to start including a deal of the week, some kind of little small or a big deal or whatever that I think might be a decent buy for the week. And this is one item I want to start with for this very first one is a Sega portable player. 100 built-in Sega Genesis games. It's on a 2.8-inch LCD screen. Now, these things have been around for a really long time. I mean, you used to see them in the malls and those little shops and stuff. They were selling for like 50 or 60 bucks or whatever in the beginning. But it's got an SD card slot on it. You can add more games to it. Basically, all it is an emulator built in. It will emulate the controller for you from the game. So wherever you download a game or something on an SD card, slap it in the back. You can actually add more games to it, but it comes with 100. It's only 30 bucks, free shipping. Now this is on an eBay store. The seller looks pretty good. He's sold a ton of stuff and has got 99.4% positive feedback. It's not a terrible buy. I'm not going to buy it because it's just not my thing. I've got plenty of things to keep my attention going. But I thought this was pretty cool, and I wanted to share it with you. Like I said, it's a Sega portable player, 2.8-inch screen, controller and everything built in, 8-hour battery life on it, has an SD card slot in the top, 30 bucks free shipping. The link is in the description. And thanks for watching for this week, and I can't wait to see you for Throwback Thursday. And also should have a hard block coming real soon. This has been another Isaiah's Reviews. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, and share this to all your social sites. That helps get me to places I can't get to on my own. And I really do appreciate that. And I can't wait to see you again here on Isaiah's Reviews.